was my head.
Well, howdy there, dirt bike family. So today we're back on the 1978 Honda Z50 project. I've got a few parts that we're going to throw on this thing for now, and the way this is going to work is I'm going to build this thing up little by little, right up until the point where it's time to blow it all the way apart and do the body work and repaint and make it look shiny and pretty again. So let me show you what I got today to put on this awesome little bike. What we're going to be working on today is I'm going to change out the handlebars and all of the attachment knobs and hardware for these things. And while we're at it, I got some tires, one for the front, one for the rear, and we are going to go through the controls on this thing, check the cables and all that stuff. Where I got all the parts from was from CHP Motorsports. These guys are out of Texas and they specialize in late 70s, early 80s Honda vintage small bikes. So Z50, CT70s, and you know, through that whole range of vintage Honda trail bikes. And I do believe they do other brands also, but mainly they do Honda trail bikes. So right there, CHP Motorsports out of Texas. These guys will have everything you need to do your project, I guarantee it. So one really cool feature on these little Honda Z50s that a lot of people may not know that I think's kind of neat, kind of clever, is the handlebars are actually built to loosen up and fold down against the front forks for easy storage and easier transportation of these little bikes. So say you're back in the 1980s and you've got a couple of these and all you have is a car or a station wagon or something like that, and you're hooking onto your Airstream trailer and you're going camping for the weekend, fold the handlebars down on themselves, throw them in the trunk of the car or the station wagon, and you go like crazy. But that being said, these I don't think have ever been loosened and folded down because the bolts inside of them are rusted and seized into place. I've got all new hardware for that, and besides, this left hand bar is actually bent, so that's where we're going to start right now. And I'm going to get the mechanism and all of the hardware changed out so it can go back to loosening up and fold over. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think those have ever been apart. Holy cow. Fair amount of junk inside of that, holding it together. Woo! Oh yeah, see, look, that broken bolt down inside of there. Yep. Let me just kind of show you the reasoning we're changing these handlebars. Here's the left hand side. If you look right there where my thumb is, you see how that is bent right there? Let me line these two up and it'll show you how badly that handlebar is bent. So the top one compared to the inside one, that's how far off the handlebar is bent. So it's pretty bad. So I'm going to go ahead and I have a new Honda headlight switch for this thing that I will fish down through the tube. Comes out right there. We'll pop that grip off of it, slide it back on here because I forgot to order new grips, believe it or not, and we'll get this thing reassembled and put on the bike, and then we'll do the throttle side. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but riding with bent handlebars, that sucks. That's never any fun. So let's get her done. little anti-seize on the threads of these, so we never have this problem ever again. Yeah, it's cool. Way better. Wow, this side's really bent bad too. After getting this one on, you can tell this one's bent even worse than I thought. Huh. Good thing I got both sides, I guess. Wow. Them babies are crusted in there. Have to get physical with the old girl, huh? It's all right. We have new ones. Wow, I think it's actually gonna spin out. Huh. Yeah, it's been a while since these have been apart, I think. I can't believe this hasn't broke yet. Yeah, look how crusty that thing is. I'm amazed that thing even came out at all. I'll take it though. Sweet. Well, there you go. New handlebars installed. Check it out. They're not even bent no more. Yet. Anyhow, I had to make another order for some parts. One of the throttle tube mechanisms. That guy right there had a crack in it, broke, so I just ordered a whole new throttle tube kit for this thing. It'll be here in 2 days. Check that out. Handlebars are folded up. You're ready to stuff this thing in the trunk or in the back seat of a car, or just, you know, wherever it needs to fit, so you can take it and go camping back in the day. Kind of a neat little setup. Morning there, guys. So yesterday when I left you, we just got the handlebars installed on the Z50. Like I said, ran into a few problems on the throttle tube. Not a big deal. Got them ordered. They'll be here in a couple days. So while we're waiting on those parts, I'm going to try to attempt this front fender and rear fender on this thing. They're pretty mangled, but you know, it's not going to hurt to try. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that thing's trashed. Wow. Interesting. All right. Chunks that broke out of the middle of it. I'm not real certain that's super salvageable. Let's see what we can do, I guess. Pretty crinkled. Looks like somebody took a sheet of tin foil and just went yikes. Eh, worth a shot. Ain't out nothing, I guess. Okay, so the rule of thumb when doing any kind of dent repair or pulling a dent out of a panel is go with the rule of thumb of in first, out last. So the way it looks to me like how this was damaged is they ran into something with this corner of this front fender right here, which pushed it back and crinkled it right here across the mount. You just basically have to reverse it the way that it was dented in. So in first, out last. This went in first, this comes out last. So we're gonna start right here in the middle, see if we can get this section straightened out, and then work our way to the front. And then this one right here should just be easy enough to roll off and hammer and dolly work, and good to go. Coming along pretty good. Got that little crease right there I got to pull out, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with how that's coming out. Things coming along all right. I don't know if it's worth saving or not, but I Guess we'll find out, huh? That thing's coming out pretty well, actually, better than I thought, but it's definitely broke out in a lot of spots. Like the mounting bolts are all ripped out. I'm gonna have to rebuild all those. But as for now, I think this will work until I can find a good straighter replacement or a new aftermarket. But I'm gonna go ahead and weld this crack up here and try to rebuild this, because where I'm trying to straighten it where the crack is, it's just all over the place. It's not working. So I got it close. I'm gonna buff the paint, weld this up, and get this thing slapped on for now. I think it'll be good for a minute. Woo, that's thin. He's making Swiss cheese out of the old girl. That sucks. Well, after some grinding, welding, pounding, and beating, pretty much got the front fender mainly into shape. I think I can actually save this thing with a little bit of time with a hammer and the dolly and a little bit of mud and primer work. I think it'll be just fine. So the reason I'm doing this is because I can't find a stock metal front fender. All I can find is aftermarket aluminum fenders, and I would much rather keep the stock steel fenders on this thing. So feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna go ahead and beat on the rear one just a little bit, trying to straighten it out. It's not near as bad as the front one is, and after that we'll throw a set of tires on this thing and we'll be done with it for the day. Well, pretty typical for DBF Garage. Tubes that I ordered to go with these tires didn't show up, so I figured I could reuse the old tubes that came out of it just for the time being. Yep, I was wrong. Valve stem broke. As soon as those new tubes get here, we'll reassemble the wheels and tires and be one step closer to getting this thing done. Morning there, DBF family. So where I'm headed this morning is I'm headed over to Jed's house. He bought a metal building, and we're gonna see if we can get that thing stood up this weekend so he has somewhere to store all of his kids' dirt bikes, his dirt bikes, and all of his toys, so we can get them out of his garage for him. So that's where we're headed this morning, so let's take you along. Found Jetty.
We're here.
This is here. And this is what we're dealing with. Turns out there's a 13 by 20 garage in that box right there. And it's gonna go right there behind him on that concrete pad eventually. So we're gonna try to, you know, go through the instructions, maybe.
Test our instructions.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can play Bob the Builder today. All right, so let me show you the pile of parts we got lined up here. Oh yeah, this is like a gigantic jigsaw puzzle.
Did you ever build like model cars as a kid?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Too bad this isn't like a snap type.
Well,
Just be done.
Yeah, I mean, it could be in theory, but you know, there's detailed instructions. They suck. It's like this thing was made from IKEA. Jed's over there just gonna lay out the subframe or foundation. I don't know what we'd call it. We're not contractors, so I don't know the right terminology. But yeah, got the old middle trusses figured out.
Side holder thingies.
Side holder thingies, Jed says. So yeah, we're gaining slowly, but we're gaining. was my head. You know, I come over here to help you out. You just pick on me and beat me up. Oh, you should probably be concerned about your elbow.
Such a hard head.
Yes. Well, good morning there, guys. So, get the sun out of the way. Let me show you kind of what Jed and I got accomplished yesterday. We pretty much got this thing built other than skinning the roof and the doors. So the man door there, and then it'll have kind of some barn doors right here, but it's coming along rather nicely, actually. We hit a wall last night about what, 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
It was hot. It was hot yesterday. When I got my truck to go home yesterday, it was 102.
I believe it.
So it was hot. We got our rednecks really shining this morning. We got a little sunshine yesterday. So anyhow, we're gonna get this thing wrapped up today. All we got left to do, like I said, is skin the roof of this thing and build some doors, and we're done. Well, we about got the roof of this thing wrapped up, but look who showed up.
Hey!
Mr. Contractor Jace himself. You know, pretty typical. Day workers do all the work, and the contractor shows up and takes all the glory.
Hey. Hey. Tells us what we're doing wrong.
That's right. No, it's coming along good. Just going along and putting the outside trim on this thing. And next is doors. This thing's looking awesome. I got dirt bike shack envy just a little bit. I need this thing in my backyard.
I'm a little jealous myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be perfect for a
Load
dirt
like
scooter
12
shed.
bikes in there, man.
Wow, you could fit a pile of them in there, that's for sure.
That's good, because Jed
Nice.
has like 12 bikes.
He does. He's also got like a whole bunch of kids too.
Significant amount, at least.
Yep. It's been a fun little project. We'll get the doors built and show you the final product. Well, what do you think, Jacer?
Went up pretty slick, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah, it'd be a nice thing for Jed here.
We got her wrapped up. He can load her up with all these junk, and
Didn't have to build it.
that's right. Well, for now.
Thank you guys for helping out. I couldn't have done it alone.
Oh yeah. We wasn't about to let Jed do this on his own. That's what we do. Like I said, we help other dirt bike family people out. So easy peasy. Well, that was a fun project. I'm sure glad Jed let me know that he was going to do that this weekend, and glad Jace came over and helped us out, because that was a huge help as always. And you know, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate Jed and Jace's help on all the projects I do. So when he asked if I'd come help, it was a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. So that being said, as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and watching, and the support you've given me over the last couple years, and it means the world to me. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Any words of wisdom, Jed?
The instructions lied.
Yeah. Instructions lie. They suck. We pretty much decided that this is like what you would buy from wish.com if you were going to buy a garage or a shed. Yeah, he's a funny girl. Doesn't need loves, huh? Yeah. Oink, oink, oink. You're grunting like a pig. Huh. Yeah.